Hi, welcome back to Yoga Terra. I have a different video for you today. I wanted to show you how to make homemade yoga mat spray. If you want to take a small bottle with you when you go to the gym or use it at home after your daily practice, it keeps your mat fresh and clean and germ-free. So it's a nice thing to be doing on a regular basis. The oil that we use in this is Melaleuca, and Melaleuca has really powerful purification properties, and it's very useful for home cleaning, so you can clean surfaces. You can put it in places where moisture builds up, and I like to use it in my laundry, and especially if the clothes have been sitting for a while and they didn't get dry, I can put them in the dryer with a little bit of Melaleuca oil, or the Purify Blend is another option. It has Melaleuca in it and it smells a little bit more like a citrus. So depending on what you have, we'll make our recipe today. I have already kind of made a bunch of these today, and I put these little labels on there. You can find stickers at your craft store. Those are mailing labels that I've used. And you'll just make this. It's really simple. All you have to do is just get some distilled water. Takes a cup of that, and then 1/4 cup of your witch hazel, and then about 15 drops of your essential oil. So if you have Melaleuca, you can use that. If you have Purify and you want it to smell a little bit nicer, I would use that. And sometimes I'll even add a little bit of wild orange in there, especially if I'm making this as a gift, just because it smells really nice. If it's just for me, I don't really care that much. I'll just use whatever I have and keep my mat clean that way. Once you have your solution made up, you want to make sure that you stir it up, because oil and water don't mix very well. And I get all of my supplies, most of these supplies at Aroma Tools. You can get your witch hazel at just about any store these days, and your distilled water. I'm going to use a little funnel to get this in here. And this recipe that I told you about is enough to make about 4 of these bottles. I think these are 2-ounce bottles, if I remember right. Or if you want to make a larger bottle, you can do that as well. And you can, like if you were a studio owner or something and you wanted to keep that on hand to use after class on your yoga mats, that's a good way to do it. Super easy. I just put a little label on there to make it look nice, and it's done. So if you ever have a case scenario where your yoga mat gets a lot more dirty, then there's other methods that would probably be better. And when you spray this down, it's good to use like a warm washcloth if you have one. If you don't have one, you can just use like a wet wipe or a paper towel or whatever you've got on hand. One time I had just gotten a brand new mat, and I got this beautiful new mat and carrying case from my sisters, and then we all went and did yoga in a parking lot one day, and I came home and my mat was just covered with black, and I didn't really know quite how to get it clean. So I threw it in the washing machine, because I've done that before and it's been fine, but this time it came out smelling kind of mildewy, and I just couldn't get rid of the smell no matter what I did, and it just absorbed so much water. And so it was a new kind of mat. I hadn't really ever washed this kind before. So I ended up laying it out on my back deck and pouring white vinegar all over it, and then I just let it set in the sun, and that took care of the smell. But then it kind of smelled like vinegar. So what I had to do was I took my Purify Blend in a spray bottle just like this, and then I just sprayed it all over my mat, and that took care of the vinegar smell, and it was back to being my mat again, the way I want it to smell. And because every time you come down in your chaturanga, you don't want to be smelling vinegar. So anyway, if you know, right now it's the winter time, so you might not be able to lay it outside, but another option is you can put it in a bathtub of water, of shallow water, and just a little bit of vinegar or witch hazel or baking soda. You can use laundry detergent. All of these things are fine. But add a little bit of the Purify or the Melaleuca to the water, let it sit and soak for a while, and make sure it gets good and dry afterwards. It's really nice to lay it out like over a banister outside or something like that if you have anything like that. So that is all I have for you today. If you have any questions, let me know. I know I always forget things that I want to say on these videos, so leave a comment or a question anytime. Thank you.